Hello guys, today I'm going to start chapter 6 of business studies, that is staffing. Under this, the subtopics are meaning, need, and importance of staffing. Staffing as a part of human resource management, steps in staffing process, recruitment, meaning and sources, selection, meaning and process, training and development, meaning and need, methods of training. Under this, job rotation, apprenticeship, vestibule, and internship. Meaning of staffing. Staffing is the process through which competent employees are selected, properly trained, effectively developed, and suitably rewarded, and their efforts harmoniously integrated towards achieving the objectives of the business. Staffing is the function of managing the organization with competent staff. The process of staffing involves the following. Point number 1, assessment, that is estimation of manpower recruitment. Point number 2, recruitment and selection of personnel. Point number 3, training and development of personnel. Point number 4, placement and orientation. Features or nature of staffing. Point number A, staffing is the function of management. Point number B, it is an integral part of the management process. Point number C, it is never-ending function of the management. Point number D, it is concerned with human resources of an organization. Point number E, staffing is the pervasive function of management. And point number F, staffing is concerned with the optimum utilization of resources. Needs and importance of staffing. It means that the success of the business depends to a greater extent on the right selection, training, and development of the staff. Point number 1, facilitating discovery of competent staff. Point number 2, ensuring maximum productivity. Point number 3, developing personnel for shouldering greater responsibility. Point number 4, meeting future requirements. Point number 5, job satisfaction due to proper placement. Point number 6, maximum utilization of workforce. Point number 7, supplying or maintaining information regarding transfer, promotion, retirement, death, demotion, etc. Staffing as a part of human resource management. Staffing is a part of human resource management and advance the following reason in support of their point of their view. Staffing involves knowledge and approaches of filling various roles, whereas organizing simply set up a structure of roles. Point number 2, making staff as a part of human resource management allows greater emphasis on human resource and its proper selection, development, training, and orientation. Point number 3. It is the staffing function which brings together the human assets and physical assets. Steps in staffing process. Point number 1. Estimating manpower requirements. The first step of staffing is to estimate the size and structure, that is makeup of the staff. In the present complex and dynamic business environment, planning for manpower requirements in the responsibility of top management. Point number 2. Recruitment and selection of staff. Taking into consideration the long-term needs of the enterprise, right man should be appointed at the right time for the jobs most suitable to them. Recruitment is an activity of establishing contact between the employer and the employee. Both the internal and external sources of recruitment may be used to recruit the required staff. Point number 3. Training and development of staff. Training is the organized procedure by which knowledge, ability, competence, personality, and productivity is increased. Training increases the efficiency of the staff and makes the labor force more useful. Training is beneficial to both the employees and the employers. Suitable methods of training should be adopted for different categories of employees. Development of staff refers to the training of managerial staff. Point number 4. Promotion and transfer. Employees are promoted to higher ranks and on the basis of merit and seniority. Staffing also involves transfer of employees from one place to other place according to their ability, competence, and experience. It also takes into consideration the needs and interest of the enterprise. Point number 5. Remuneration. The management should ensure that the employees are suitably remunerated for the services rendered by them. Remuneration paid may in the form of wages, salaries, fees, allowances, and perks. Wages are normally paid according to time rate of piece rate system. It will be ideal if incentives are provided for better performance. Point number 6. Orientation of staff. Orientation of the selected employees enables them to adjust themselves to the real situations, work, and the environment of the enterprise. Point number 7. Performance evaluation. Evaluation of the performance of the managers in terms of verifiable objectives is known as appraisal of the performance. Next point. Recruitment. It ordinarily means obtaining fresh supplies, but in the context of personnel management, it is an activity of discovering job seekers for the present and future needs of the organization. Definition. According to Filippo, recruitment is the process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating them for applies of job in the organization. Recruitment policy. Point number A. Recruitment should be made by central institutes. Every department should send its requirement on it. Point number B. Recruitment should be made according to post fallen vacant. Point number C. Vacancies must be approved by competent authorities. Point number D. Recruitment should be made strictly according to the specification of job. Point number E. Recruitment should be based upon competence and ability of the applicant. Point number F. Recruitment should be made by approved and appropriate sources. Sources of recruitment: internal sources of recruitment and external sources of recruitment. Internal sources of recruitment, it means shifting of the existing employees of the organization from one place to other place and from one post to other post by tracing out suitable employee for suitable job within the organization. These sources are as under: by promotion of employees. Point number 1. By promotion of employee. The promotion of employee is based upon both the seniority and skill. Promotion of employee helps the organization and also increases self-esteem of the employees. Point number 2. By transfer of employee. If an organization feels then an employee is not performing well in a particular place, then he is transferred from one place to another, but the scale of payment remains unchanged. Point number 3. By demotion. Demotion shocks the morale and self-respect of employees, but it is generally made when promotion is conditional. Point number 4. By recruitment of ex-employees. Bringing back the ex-employees of the organization due to their experiences and skills. External sources of recruitment. Selection of employee from outside the enterprise is known as external sources of recruitment. The methods are: point number 1, recruitment from recommendation of existing employees and trade unions. Point number 2, recruitment through labor unions. Point number 3, recruitment through middlemen, jobbers or contractors. Point number 4, direct recruitment of or recruitment at the factory gate or casual recruitment. Point number 5, recruitment through advertisement. And point number 6, recruitment through employment exchange. Selection of employees, meaning selection is the process of choosing from among the candidates from within the organization or from outside the most suitable. Below is the given diagram in a hierarchical way from bottom to top. Selection process or selective process. First, preliminary screening. Second, sending application form. Third, trade test. Fourth, written test. Fifth, psychological test. Sixth, interview. 7, physical test. 8, on the job test. 9, reference. 10, orientation. 11, final selection. 12, intimation to salary department. Distinction between recruitment and selection. Basis: recruitment, selection. Meaning: number 1, meaning under recruitment it is an activity of establishing contact between employer and application. Under selection, it is the process of picking up more competent and suitable candidates for the job. Point number 2, objectives. Under recruitment, encouraging large number of candidates to apply for job. Under selection, selection aims at rejecting unsuitable candidates for the most competent candidate is available. Point number 3, process under recruitment. Process for establishing contacts with the enterprise is simple. Under selection, process of selecting the most suitable candidates is complex. Training of employees, meaning the employee must have the theoretical and practical knowledge of the work he is required to perform. The theoretical knowledge can be gained in the educational institutions, but for the practical knowledge, training is required. In this way, the training acquaints the employees with the real situations of the work and helps him in the faultless accomplishment of the work. The term training is used here to indicate only process by which the aptitudes, skill and abilities of employees to perform specific job are increased. Objectives or need or purpose of training: to make labor force more useful. Point number 2, increase the efficiency of employees. Point number 3, familiarity with the working condition. Point number 4, familiarity with the equipment and methods. Point number 5, boosting morale of the employees. Advantages of training to the business. Point number 1, increase in production and productivity. Point number 2, proper use of machines and equipments. Point number 3, lesser accidents. Point number 4, lesser supervision. Point number 5, improved quality of goods. Point number 6, helpful in the development of business. Methods of training. Point number 1, internship training. In order to make effective coordination between theoretical education and practical training, this method is adopted. In medical, auditing, management and lawyers profession, internship training is essential. This method makes familiar with the complications and intricacies of the work, but on the other hand, this method is time consuming. Point number 2, apprenticeship training. In order to achieve mastery level learning, the trainee should be kept under the guidance and supervision of experienced experts in the field for long periods. This method familiarizes with the complications and intricacies of the job. This older method of training and is still prevalent in the construction work. Point number 3, job rotation method. It is broad-based training wherein the employees has to rotate from one job to other job, from one department to other department, from one section to other section, and from one work to other work, so he may learn the working of various departments. Point number 4, vestibule training. Workers are trained in the special separate part of the organization on specific job. The training is imparted by specialized and experienced experts. The learners gets both theoretical and practical knowledge. After the successful performance of the training, workers are placed on similar jobs in the factory. Thank you.